I think YouTube links.
Okay, I'll share it. Now the next point is, what is the difference between research methodology and methods? Often these two words are used as if they are one and the same. But there is difference, or there are differences, you can say. So what are those? So research methodology. So methodology, if you split it, methodology. So it is basically study of various methods. Not only study, this study involves in justifying why a specific tool is used for a specific kind of a approach. Like whatever the good research, the four qualities we studied, for that giving justification for usage of a particular tool, particular method. So this methodology involves study of various methods, then coming to a conclusion like which particular method you are applying. Again, to substantiate that, for that method, application of that method, what tools and techniques you are using, and providing justification that why did you go ahead with this particular tool or technique. So all these things are involved in methodology. So it involves the study about the tools of research. So various tools, not necessarily one tool. Then collection of various data related to the topic. So we collect a good number of data. Out of them, you need not use all the data. Again, you segregate the data and use it. So it is basically a vast study of various data collected. Then techniques involved in the critical analysis of the fact. So various techniques are involved. Various tools, how you are, they are available. Like that, various techniques are also involved. Like for simple finding out the means and averages, there are different ways. In some cases, you don't consider some data, missing data you call. In some cases, we consider all the data. So there are different techniques for this. And again, providing justification that why did you go ahead with this kind of a technique. So in the critical analysis, various techniques involved are also studied, plus analysis of the fact with statistical and econometric manipulations and justification for using them. Now, what here is the meaning of manipulations is when you collect, especially the primary data. Suppose I take up a study for say 50 students, and out of the 50 students, when I conduct survey, few of them don't answer all the questions. If I provide them with 10 questions, few of them answer only 8 questions. So there it is a missing data. So 2 answers I have not got. So what I do, I just either consider them don't care, or I give some value to them. And I don't know whether the students agree with those values. So this kind of a small manipulations, or they are called usually the missing data. So I assume for those missing data. And then provide a justification that, okay, if all these 8 points are agreed, the person may agree to these 2 points as well. So I am assuming something and justifying that. So all these things fall in research methodology. Whereas research methods are exclusively the research techniques used. So the study of various works of different economics, comparison, then studying those techniques, what they have used, why they have used those things, and what considerations they have done. So the facts chosen for research topic. Say for example, economic analysis on women in engineering. Economic analysis means how much they earn, how they spend, all details related to women in engineering, what they are doing with, how much they are earning, the engineering people, by which methods they are earning, whether they are in the professional field or they have come out of profession and then earning. So in general, economic analysis on women in engineering, this gives you a topic. Then the different approaches in this particular topic, they relate to research methods. So the difference between the methodology and methods is clear. So basically, study of various methods, techniques, tools is methodology, but studying the different techniques employed is methods. The next point is, like, how do you compare these two? We understood what are the definitions now of two, methodology and method. Now, how do you compare methodology and method? Now, whatever the definition we have considered now, slightly try to elaborate it. So, methodology is basically, it is the beginning of any research. Say, I start with defining a problem. I start with finding out what is the problem, where is the problem, will it be suitable for my kind of a work. So all that, it is the beginning of any research. Then next you go for the different techniques on conducting the research, like collection of the data. So what data you are going to collect, whether primary data or secondary data? Or is there any other way to collect the data? How are you going to collect this kind of a data? Whether through survey or through mouth-to-mouth publicity kind of a thing, or through some Google Forms or something? How exactly you are going to collect the data? Then next, the study about the tools of research. So what are, for this kind of a research, what are the tools available for the work? The next point is the methods by which you may proceed with your research. So various methods are available, and which method is going to be suitable for this kind of a work. So the study of this different methods, how to conduct this kind of a research, comes under methodology. The next point is paves the way for research methods to be conducted properly. So this point is related to the methods. Till this point, we went about how to conduct the research. So here one point is related to method. So your among the methodology, method is also a part. Next one involves the learning of the various techniques that can be used in the conduct of research. So various techniques, various tools, and aims at employment of the correct procedures to find a solution to the research problem. So from the beginning to concluding which method, which tool should be employed for the conduct of your research, and next to arrive at the solution. So all these points are included in the methodology. So now what is the method? The end of scientific or non-scientific research. So end of the research is method. Now the actual tools, steps taken by which you conduct research into a subject or a topic. So here you are zero downing to a specific method. Here broadly you are studying in methodology, or broadly studying various tools and techniques. But here you are zeroing to a specific method, a specific tool. Here, if you have survey method or primary or secondary, all are the options. But here you have finalized, okay, I am going to go ahead with primary kind of a collection of data. Next, after collection, okay, my research is going to be empirical type. So here you have already finalized, okay, empirical method you are applying. Now what method again in that empirical? Okay, maybe it is standard deviation or some calculation, averaging mean. So here everything is concrete, clear. So the next step is involves conducting experiments, tests, surveys, and the like. So that is what I said. If once you have decided, you are going to go ahead with the primary data, then how to collect the data. So go there, distribute some forms, or through Google form, you collect the data, conduct the survey. After you conduct the survey, you have already decided that, okay, you are going to add all the results and then average it out. Okay, next. After averaging out, what are you going to do with that data? Compare with the previous one, okay, maybe exploratory type. Or you are going to conduct a research as on today, what is the case study type. So here everything is finalized and you have zeroed down to attain the final outcome. Here it is vast study. Here it is finalized, zero down to a specific method, specific tool, specific way of conducting the surveys. Then arriving at the solution. So methodology involves vast study of various tools and techniques, whereas method is specific to a kind of research. Now, what are the benefits of this methodology? Now, when I say methodology is a study of methods, naturally, when you study several methods, several techniques, several tools, and several ways of collecting data, definitely you are going to acquire a lot of knowledge by that. Which one you are going to apply, which method you are going to adapt is different thing. But here you are going to have a lot of accumulation of knowledge. So first point is advancement of wealth of human knowledge. Next one, tools of the trade to carry out the research. Now provides tools to look at things in life objectively. So when you come across a vast study, you will understand like various tools where all they can be applied, along with not only the tools and techniques, the various research problems also you will come to know. The third point is develop a critical and scientific attitude, disciplined thinking, or a bent of mind of observe objectively. Now, what exactly this says? Like when you study vastly, naturally your horizon improves. So your thinking pattern improves. So as a result of this, your scientific attitude or the critical thinking ability also improves. Next point, enriches practitioner and his practices. So basically when you study a lot of things, it enriches you. And one person can benefit from a lot of study methods. And that is the main reason why this research methodology is put for MTech students. When we studied, we did not have the knowledge of various data collection techniques available. We had to search actually, like how to collect the data for this kind of a work. But nowadays, when you have studied this different methodologies and all, you know very well, very easily, like, okay, this is the thing I have to go ahead for this kind of a work. So that is one thing which enriches you with lot of knowledge, lot of methods, lot of techniques, and lot of tools. So doing research is the best way to learn to read and think critically. Actually, this I have taken from the internet, the lecture given by one ISRO person, Mr. M.S. Sridhar. So, lot of benefits he has explained, and these are available on the web. Next one, additional benefits in case of librarianship. So, one example he has given. Helps to understand the researcher as a user of library. These are not so much relevant now, but when there was no internet or the internet resources were limited, we were dependent on actually the journals and the magazines which were available in the hard form. Some 15 years back or so, the internet sources were not so much in nature. Even the papers published, were not so easily available. We would take the research copies from the university, procure them and collect them, take permission, go ahead with the study. But now, abundantly, the research sources are available on the internet. So, this library usage has become now internet usage. So, help to learn how to use libraries and other information resources, enable critical evaluation of literature. And literature survey those days was a big task. Now, easily you just put the keywords and you get a good number of research papers. So, develops special interests and skills. Naturally, when you study, you have started with some A, but actually at the end of your research survey, you will have accumulated so much knowledge that sometimes you may find some other topic more interesting and more close to your heart. So next, helps to understand attitude of others. Naturally, when you study more, when you read more, even it applies to general reading books as well. So attitude of others, you understand. Then creates awareness of special needs of research process. Now, what are the special needs? Now, often I quote this, give this example. Right now, the special need is if anybody finds anything related to this COVID-19, anything, if it is really applicable, it becomes viral, it becomes very useful to the society. So, creates awareness of special needs of the research process. Now, related to this kind of a vaccine or home remedies, anything related to COVID-19 now is more of a vogue. So, like that, any research or any literature survey you carry out, it creates awareness of special needs of that particular type of a research. So, facilitates reference and information service. This is naturally to any research work. Reference and information service. So you get lot of information, you get lot of services associated with that. So this is regarding the benefits, the methods and the methodology, the difference between the methodology of the research.